Right, welcome ladies and gents, Happy New Year, and it's seemingly not a Happy New Year for the It Ends With Us star, because he's being sued by Blake Lively for harassment of a specific kind, which you can read there. I can't really say it too much because YouTube will, nerf the video, be it monetization or shadow banning, but we're going to take a look at this. I mean, this is pretty crazy stuff, to be honest. Blake Lively suing Justin Baldoni and the PR team for harassment and unconscionable retaliation. Yeah, interesting. Actually, quite interesting. This was all rumoured for a while, and then it's just boom, done. Here you go. Here's the lawsuit. So, we'll take a look. Again, pretty major news, but Happy New Year 2025. Here's to a good one. Also, guys, if you're a returning viewer and you're not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this channel in the new year, or this new year. That would be fantastic if you could, and thank you to everyone who has. But let's take a look, shall we? So, again, this is, it's an official suit now. Blake Lively has officially filed this lawsuit. So Deadline has this article. It's quite an interesting one. Just says, never think for a second that anything like New Year's Eve could get in the way of some old-fashioned Hollywood legal fireworks. 11 days after Blake Lively filed a harassment and retaliation complaint with California's Civil Rights Department against Justin Baldoni and his team over what went down during production of It Ends With Us and the film's aftermath, the much A-lister supported actress has formally sued her co-star and director in federal court in New York. So, I mean, it's really just gone up another notch, basically. Like a huge notch. It's not a small thing. So it says this. As laid out, this is quote, as laid out in this complaint, the Baldoni Wayfarer-led public attack of Miss Lively was the intended result of a carefully crafted, coordinated, and resourced retaliatory scheme to silence her and others from speaking out about the hostile environment that Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath created. Pretty major, it is major claims. The 13-claim complaint states of the Jane the Virgin vet and his Wayfarer CEO Jamie Heath. Quote, as such, it was not only unconscionable and a breach of contract, but also illegal under both state and federal law. And they're seeking a jury trial, which is good if they can get it. And they continue further and say, Ms. Lively brings this action to hold Wayfarer and its leader, Mr. Baldoni and Mr. Heath, and Mr. Sarowitz accountable for the ongoing retaliation, threats, and harm they have caused Ms. Lively, other cast and crew, and all their families. So they're looking for unspecified damages, which I'm guessing, like, if it's a jury trial that they're looking for, it will just be awarded by them, right? It's one of those things. They have their sort of maximum that they're looking to do. I'm sure they'll mention something, but unspecified damages at this point in time. So Lively's text message illustrated suit pretty clearly implies that it aims to see Baldoni or his minions never say or type Lively or husband Ryan Reynolds' name ever again. So it's interesting, really. They're really going for it. To that end, and reiterating much of what was in the original December 20 complaint, Lively's action today against Mr. Baldoni, the Wayfarer Studio CEO, PR, Mavens, Melissa, Nathan, and Jennifer Abel, and others, comes on the same last day of 2024 that the defendants in this matter became plaintiffs in their own Brian Friedman filed $250 million suit against the New York Times, interestingly, for its detailed December 20th We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine piece about the supposed BS behind the scenes on It Ends With Us. But seemingly that's not BS anymore, is it? Because there's this like a counter lawsuit. So, well, it's not a counter lawsuit, it's another lawsuit which backs up a lawsuit that they're trying to initiate for claims, again, that's seemingly backed up by the law. Anyway, you get the point. So this is interesting. So in his own legal action, this is not confirmed. Obviously, we don't know. But in his own legal action, Mr. Baldoni calls out Lively in the New York Times for their use of text between his PR team that cherry-picked and altered communications stripped of necessary context and deliberately spliced to mislead. That'd be really easy to prove or disprove. So, in bold claim, because that's really easy to prove or disprove. So I don't know where I land on that one yet. So even though the previous almost reputation pristine Lively was suddenly attacked, relentless online, has someone like had a fucking seizure writing this? Even though the previously almost reputation pristine Lively was suddenly attacked relentlessly, maybe, online in the weeks leading up to It Ends With Us August release, Baldoni has insisted that he did nothing to Lively. His PR people have also insisted that while they had a number of combative strategies in place to blunt any allegation against their C-list client from A-list Lively, that's like some shade from Deadline there, isn't it? That's funny. They never implemented them, quote, because the internet was doing the work for us, rejecting any notion of an active, lively smear campaign. Abel did admit in a now deleted Facebook post, so that's interesting, as the texts show, we sophomorically revelled and again joked privately to each other about the internet's feedback to the woman whose team was making our lives incredibly difficult over the course of the campaign. And says further, it's interesting that they deleted it. But anyway, so there's some more here. And it just says, Ms. Lively never sought out conflict with Wayfarer, Mr. Baldoni or Mr. Heath, but instead consistently attempted to speak up for a safe and respectful workplace privately in the hopes of protecting herself, as well as the cast and crew, without jeopardising a film that she believed could make a difference in people's lives. And that did really well, actually, at the box office. Lively's Mannett, Phelps and Phillips attorneys and Wilkie Farr and Gallagher LLP filed New York suit says of the domestic abuse movie based on Colleen Hoover's 2016 novel and the fallout that has pulled back the sordid veil on crisis PR in America. Quote, in response, Mr. Baldoni, Mr. Heath, and those working for them sought to destroy Ms. Lively and anyone else who knew the truth. Ms. Lively's discovery of the full extent of the retaliatory campaign launched by the Wayfarer parties and their associates left her with no choice. Ms. Lively exhausted jurisdictional prerequisites to filing this lawsuit, including by timely filing a complaint regarding the behaviours identified herein with the California Civil Rights Department. So basically, there's numerous lawsuits, numerous parties. Yeah, it's all go really. But Lively's lawyers, Blake Lively's lawyers, spoke to Deadline on Tuesday and said, earlier today, Ms. Lively filed a federal complaint against Wayfarer Studios and others in the Southern District of New York. Ms. Lively previously sent her California Civil Rights Department complaint in response to the retaliatory campaign Wayfarer launched against her for reporting harassment and workplace safety concerns. Unfortunately, Ms. Lively's decision to speak out has resulted in further retaliation and attacks as alleged in Ms. Lively's federal complaint. Wayfarer and its associates have violated federal and California law by retaliating against her for reporting harassment and workplace safety concerns. Now the defendants will answer for their conduct in federal court. Ms. Lively has brought this litigation in New York, where much of the relevant activities described in the complaint took place, but we reserve the right to pursue further action in other venues and jurisdictions as appropriate under law. So they're like, yeah, we might like sue you again in another state. So yeah, it's quite interesting, really. This has gone mental. It's just all go. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, it's quite interesting. Interesting thing to report on New Year's Day anyway. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.